Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam Channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace on this April 26th. Got the Flowerty shirt on this one. It's the only one I could find that wasn't real dirty. My clean, as Johnny Cash would say, my cleanest dirty shirt. Actually, those words were from Chris Christopherson, Sunday Morning Coming Down. What a great song. Anyway, so here we go. It's for spring, just the spring ensemble, if you will. Yesterday we hit a high of 68. It was a nice day after some morning cloud cover, but we got rid of that. The afternoon was beautiful, lots of sunshine, 68 the high, 74 where we should be for an average high temperature. So we were only 6 degrees below the average for the day. And that sunshine is going to be with us again today, although you'll notice again some cloud cover, some this morning, and then maybe some more this afternoon. We've got a couple of things going on. One is a disturbance that is running down into southern Tennessee, just south of Nashville, and down around Huntsville, Alabama this morning. And then we have this frontal boundary, which is sort of there, but it's pretty weak. This is going to continue to push south today and then meet up with this moisture. And then as a low pressure system forms back to the south and west, all of that is going to combine and travel right through southern Kentucky over the next couple of days, bringing us our best chance of rain that we've seen, well, in a matter of days, almost a week, close to a week by the time the rain gets here. So all of this that you see this morning is just going to continue to push off to the east, but eventually all those things will work together and set the stage for some showers once we get into, for some of you, maybe late tonight to the south of us, maybe just across the Tennessee border. There could be some light sprinkles. And then as we get into the day tomorrow, that's when our better chance of rain is going to pop up and then be with us even into Friday and possibly even early Saturday. Maybe. We'll see how that all shakes out. Here's a look at the 10-day trend. And you can see that we do see warmer temperatures today. I think 70 to low 70s, maybe 71 or 2. A little cooler tomorrow. That's as that front starts to settle southward. It will actually go to about Nashville, stall out a bit, wait for the low pressure system to come up from the southwest, and then drag it back off to the north and east. So it's going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow with the clouds and the showers. So 60s, mid 60s. Then we go back to 70 on Friday, 72 Saturday. Another cool down with a secondary front that comes Sunday morning, which will cool us into the mid 60s, then low 60s on Monday, which is the first day of May. The first day of May is actually going to be abnormally cool, but then we warm back into the 60s and 70s. As you see, we're actually going to start to feel more like May as we get into next weekend, which will be the first weekend in May. It's gonna be May, as Justin Timberlake says. It's April now, but it's gonna be May. Gonna buy May. He doesn't quite say the words correctly, but everybody loves it for some reason. It's gonna be May. He's trying to say it's gonna be me, but he doesn't say that. He doesn't sing that. Oh, I'm going to start mispronouncing. Wait a minute. I started to say I'm going to start mispronouncing words, but I've been doing that the whole time. Okay, but I don't get paid millions for that. Here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet sites this morning, where we see clear skies. Temperatures are in the 30s. There could even be a little patchy frost over in southeastern Kentucky with that deep blue. But where we've seen a few clouds this morning, Temperatures are much warmer, that blanket of clouds holding in some of the heat. So we get 40s and even look at that 50 in Hopkinsville, or 51 now in Hopkinsville. So it just depends on where you are this morning. It's a still very dry, very stable air mass. So the clouds are playing a role in how warm or how cool the temperatures are this morning. But everybody will even out today, and it's going to be a very pleasant spring like day, as we get to 70, maybe the low 70s. Here's a look at the model map this morning, and I can show you when the rain's going to get here, at least by one of the models. The models are kind of loose in the timing of when some of the rain is going to get here. Some say it could be soon as tonight. For some of you that live, say, right there along the Kentucky-Tennessee border, which is close to Bowling Green, just a bit south. And there you see the overrunning moisture that's already out there on radar this morning to the south of us. So it is possible, but let's put this into motion and see what we can do here as far as timing out when our next best chance of rain is going to be. And here you see it forming over the middle Mississippi Valley and starts to make its way northward. This is 14 UTC Thursday. So we're looking at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So will you see rain before then? It is possible that a stray shower, some sprinkles, light rain maybe happens overnight tonight, very early, about this time tomorrow morning. But most of it is going to wait until we get into tomorrow. And here is the low pressure system that's going to kind of make its way through Kentucky and over the next few days, throwing up that Atlantic moisture and, of course, Gulf of Mexico moisture, all working together here to set the stage for some rainy weather, possibly even a thunderstorm or two as we get into the day tomorrow. There it comes. Pretty good cluster of showers and maybe some thunderstorms during the middle part of the day. The strongest stuff is going to be down here in parts of Mississippi, parts of Alabama, Louisiana, down toward New Orleans and the Gulf Coast. All of this will be much tamer, although I do think there will be just enough lift and just enough convection there to touch off some rumbles of thunder with some lightning and brief, maybe downpours. From all indications here, we could see anywhere from a half inch to an inch. And in some cases where you see some of the darker reds and yellows, possibly even up to 2 inches of rain. I'll show you the projected rainfall here in just a minute. So here we go through Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. The moisture becomes enhanced a little bit more. Look at the coverage, pretty much 100%. And I don't like to do the chance because people get confused by that, because in weather terms, we've said it for years, 100% chance of rain. Well, most people think that that means how hard it's going to rain, and it has nothing to do with that. 100% chance means where you are, there's a 100% chance it's going to rain. I like to say coverage of rain is at 100% because everybody's going to get something out of it. When it's 20%, you could get rained on, but 20% is actually not how hard it's going to rain. So that's why some people say, you said it was only going to be a 20% chance of rain and it came a flood. Well, it can do that. 20% is really just about the coverage or the area of rain and not how much rain or how hard it's going to rain. It has nothing to do with that. I wish it was done a little bit better. So I try to unravel the confusion by saying coverage of rain instead of chance of rain. But everybody will get something out of this, at least an inch, maybe an inch and a half as we go through Thursday into Thursday night and even into Friday. That rain is going to linger as those showers just keep regenerating. You see it there, even into Friday. Gulf of Mexico wide open, Atlantic wide open, low pressure system coming right through the area, kind of riding like a train along the tracks. It's perfect setup for that. But I don't think we'll see any flooding issues or severe weather. This is all just going to be general rainfall as we go through time. And here by Friday night into Saturday, the low pressure system will be just north of us and things will start to taper down once we get into Saturday. So a lot of rain coming. And really, we could use a little bit of rain right now. We've caught up pretty good, but it's starting to get a little dry. Here's a look at the QPF, and the QPF means quantitative precipitation forecast. In other words, it's a forecast using the models as guidance to project how much rain we're going to get out of this particular system. And as you can see over Kentucky, it's kind of in that magenta purple ish plum color. Well, that means about an inch and a half to an inch and a quarter, with some getting up to 2 inches of rain. Now, you may think, well, that's a lot of rain. Yes, it is. Not everybody's going to get 2 inches of rain. It's just going to be in a few spots where the rain will come down a little more enhanced, a little more pronounced, and those will be the ones that get a little more rain than everybody else. But that's what we're looking at. And some of this will not be out of here until Sunday morning, as a matter of fact, because of leftover pieces of energy that are going to swing by after the front makes its way through Kentucky and the low pressure system. All right, here's a look at the fronts this morning and the surface map to take us through the next 7 days. Pretty quiet. There's the boundary to the north. And then here is the Gulf of Mexico moisture and the system out west that is taking shape and will be our next rainmaker. You can see that today, as the front drops by, you won't even notice. There may be a little shift in the wind to the east northeast as that front settles into southern Kentucky. Then it's just going to kind of park into middle Tennessee, waiting on this low pressure system back west. Severe weather today, parts of Texas, Oklahoma, maybe even Arkansas, Louisiana. But us, we stay dry. A few more clouds here and there as we get into this afternoon and tonight. There's the front settling in. It's being blocked not only by this ridge of high pressure to the east, but by this low pressure system, which will be deepening over Texas and sending lots of rain our direction eventually. So here we go into Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. You see everything just kind of stalls here. Here comes the low, deepening a little more. Here we go Thursday night, the low pressure system over about Jonesboro, Arkansas, and starting to make its way into Kentucky. That's when we'll start to pick up more of the enhanced rainfall, the heavier rainfall, as you can see, with the darker green and some of the red stripes indicating, yeah, we could get some rumbles of thunder. But again, this is not going to be a severe weather situation. It's going to be a rainy situation. Here we go into Friday midday. The front passes, but there's a little little shortwave trough back behind it. Pieces of energy still want to work through even on Saturday. This is Saturday morning into Sunday morning. There's a secondary cold front. And finally, as we get into Monday morning, even though there's another piece of energy trying to swing through, most of this rain will be out of here and we start to relax a little. And it's going to be breezy too. There will be some breezes as we get into the weekend, and especially Sunday with the passage of that secondary frontal system that's going to cool us down slightly, as you saw in the 10-day blender, but it's not going to get cold. It's just going to be more into the 60s. But it's still going to be May. in a few days, Monday, first day of May, May Day. No, don't say that. You can't say that. May Day, unless it's a serious emergency. Then you can say it. Okay, I'm going to the radio station, headed there in a few minutes. Sam 100.7 to do the morning show and give away some things. I hope you'll tune in this morning. In the meantime, God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the radio.